At Madrid, what you need to do is to manage players.
They said he was the chosen one, the prodigal son, the future of Real Madrid. But just months later, it was over. Xabi Alonso's reign at the biggest club on earth ended not with glory, but with drama, division, and defeat. So what went wrong? Who turned against him? And why does Real Madrid keep destroying its own dreams? This is the rise and fall of Xabi Alonso. When Real Madrid appointed Xabi Alonso, it felt inevitable. A club legend, a tactical prodigy, a man who had just conquered Germany with Bayer Leverkusen, unbeaten, fearless, revolutionary. Florentino Perez believed he had found the next great Madrid dynasty. Fans dreamed of control like Guardiola, intelligence like Ancelotti, authority like Zidane. But dreams at Real Madrid come with a price.
You have to manage egos, players, all that kinds of stuff.
Reports emerged of frustration among senior players. Some felt overcoached, restricted, uncomfortable in new systems. A former Madrid pundit said, "At Real Madrid, players don't adapt to managers, managers adapt to players." Alonso didn't. Losses piled up, performances lacked balance, and then came the El Clasico defeat, the final blow. At Madrid, you can survive poor form, but you cannot survive losing to Barcelona. Officially, it was mutual consent. Unofficially, Madrid lost patience. Tensions, Mbappe and Vinicius clashed with Alonso over authority and tactics. The infamous guard of honor that sparked viral debate. This was a moment that said everything about the world Xabi Alonso had stepped into. To outsiders, it looked trivial, a line of players, a round of applause. But at Real Madrid, it was war without blood, pride versus respect, ego versus tradition. Alonso came from a football culture where excellence was acknowledged, even when it hurt. But Madrid had chosen defiance, no applause, no compromise. And in that moment, it became clear this was not just about tactics. It was about power. Xabi Alonso wasn't just managing a team, he was navigating a battlefield where symbolism mattered as much as results. The results told one story, but the reaction told another. Across Spain, the verdict on Xabi Alonso split the football world in two. Some saw a thinker in the wrong place. Others saw a manager who was never ready. Spanish media were quick to defend him, too smart for a club that lives on emotion. A former Madrid player saw it differently. He was given ideas, not power. Pundits summed it up brutally. Madrid wanted a magician. Alonso wanted a project. And in the stands, the fans were torn. But the most telling words came from inside the dressing room. Kylian Mbappe, the club's biggest star, posted a quiet farewell on Instagram. It's been short, but unforgettable. Even the man chosen to replace him acknowledged what was lost. Álvaro Arbeloa praised Alonso's dignity, but promised something different. My task is to restore unity. Xabi Alonso is not the first, and he will not be the last. At football's biggest clubs, talent alone is never enough. History has a way of repeating itself, and often it repeats brutally. Alonso now joins a familiar and painful list. In 2018, Julen Lopetegui arrived at Real Madrid as a modern tactician, trusted to guide a post-Ronaldo era. 14 games later, he was gone, overwhelmed by pressure, poor results, and a club that refused to wait. In 2015, Rafa Benitez returned to Madrid as a Champions League winning coach, but his authority never reached the dressing room. Senior players questioned him. The atmosphere turned toxic. By January, he was dismissed. In 2020, Andrea Pirlo was handed Juventus without a single top-flight coaching match to his name. A romantic gamble. A short experiment. 1 season later, he was gone, sacrificed to expectations he was never prepared to carry. At Chelsea, Frank Lampard followed a similar path. A club legend appointed in 2019 to restore identity. But loyalty could not protect him from results. In 18 months, the dream collapsed, and the legend was dismissed. These were not bad managers. They were intelligent football minds. But they arrived at the wrong place at the wrong time. And that is what makes Xabi Alonso's story feel so familiar. A visionary coach, a clear philosophy, and a club that demanded instant perfection. Because this story could have ended differently. If Xabi Alonso had been given time, real time, if he had full authority inside the dressing room, if recruitment matched his ideas, if the board had shielded him from the storm. This might have ended in trophies. Instead, it ended in silence.
This is not the end. It is a lesson. Every great manager has a scar. Guardiola had Bayern, Klopp had Dortmund's collapse, Ancelotti was fired by Madrid and returned stronger. Xabi Alonso will be back. The question is, will Real Madrid ever learn? At Real Madrid, legends are welcomed, dreams are tested, and patience is optional. Xabi Alonso didn't fail Real Madrid. Real Madrid did what it always does. It moved on. Was Xabi Alonso sacrificed, or did he simply walk into the wrong club at the wrong time? Tell us who you think is next to face the Real Madrid curse, and make sure you subscribe, because we're not done exposing the stories behind the headlines.